I'll do the introduction, even though I'm not going to be the reoccurring person. I'm just going to be the guest tonight. And this is called the Mini Mullisha Media, and it's the podcast. So welcome to the podcast. Smesh, how you doing?
Thanks for having me.
I might have people on their own podcast. I mean, that's just what I do.
Yeah.
It makes shit easier for me.
Well, to bring the viewers in, this is one that we're starting out with Mini Mullisha Racing, and this is a good buddy of mine, Malcolm. He's always been in all the kind of production series and stuff like that. He's made movies, made music, videos, all kinds of stuff, and one of my best friends. But he's Cyrious Films Productions is the name that he represents, and it's Cyrious for anybody that wants to look into.
Check us out.
Appreciate you being here tonight,
hey, bro.
Bob.
Thanks for having me, bro. You know I'm all about this stuff. So, anyways, let's get off with the first question, bro. How in the hell did you get started in mini bike racing?
Well, a few years ago, I got my Christmas bonus for work and went out and wanted me a mini bike, something to ride around the neighborhood with. So I just went up to Camping World and bought me a brand new Coleman and started riding that thing around. And
stock? It was like
just completely stock. I wasn't even
everything.
messing with it, man. I just was riding around the neighborhood, and then after a couple months of that, you started messing with the motor on it and changing sprockets and put a torque converter on there and had that thing running pretty good. A buddy of mine, Chew. You know Chew.
Chew, of course.
Yeah, he's like, man, you know people race these things around here. You got to look into the Gambler 500. They've started racing on them.
And you had no idea?
No idea they
was racing?
I showed up to one, and we've been fucking hooked ever since, man.
Kind of how Willie was, bro. My cousin Willie started racing with him, and he was like that. He's like, cuz he saw Little Mac, my son, on the racing team. He's like, Max racing him and Smash race mini bikes. I was like, Smash got him into it, not me. Shit, I ain't even know. He's like, me neither. Shit, how I get a part of it?
Yeah.
So, hey, hit up Smash.
That's
man.
funny, man. He called me up. He called me up a couple weeks ago. And he's like, man, I was talking to Malcolm, and I got a mini bike, man. Y'all race mini bikes, man? I got one that's sitting at the house right now. I'm like, well, bring that bitch out. We'll race it.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Next thing you know, that bitch took second down there in Hillsboro at the Deaf Duck race. I'm like, hell yeah.
You're on the team.
I got him a shirt. Got him a shirt. Here we are, man.
All that matters. So, what made you start, actually building a team, though, instead of just going solo with it? What made you want to...
Well, the first event that we did was a 24-hour race, and it was a 4-man team event. And so I called my cousin up, and he of course, I'm like, hey, man, I just need some guys to do this with me. And I lined a few of my buddies up, my cousin Chris, who's still in it with us to this day, and my other cousin Justin, Yodi, yeah. Dude and Yodi, both of them, they're still in it to this day. And another buddy of mine, Rhett, who didn't fall in love with it the same way that we did, but I called them up, needed a couple guys on the team, and they showed up, and they got hooked just the same fucking way I did. Next thing I know, we got like 20 damn bikes between the 3 of us.
Hell yeah, it's just start. But so is that what it's like a tattoo, basically? Like once you fucking build one, you're building more, right? I mean,
100%, man.
Yeah.
You do what, and you just for me, I want a lot of different bikes. I want a lot of different riding styles. I want one that's really fast that may not hold up for 30 laps. You know, it may not. You know, I want one that can run all week and I can just ride it out here in the neighborhood and never have a problem with it. Not real fast, just fun to ride and
just
mess
cruising
around on.
Right.
One that's not expensive to fix. You know, I got my Cruiser. This is the one I've been racing because I can tear it up. That's my race bike back there that's expensive as hell. I got my Cruiser bike. Right. That's old Chopper that won't ever be in another race. And, man, it's just... You got different intentions on everything, and
so that brings me to my next question: is like, what makes you so basically because it's like, hey, you built one, you want to build another. Is it to get in different racing? Because there's different racing classes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So there's the stock, the outlaw,
yes,
you know, all
absolutely.
that stuff. So you're like, hell, I want to be in every race. If I'm driving 3 hours to a race, I don't want to just race in the one class. I want to bike for every class.
Right.
Is that what it
right.
is?
That's what I started thinking, and then after you go and run every damn class all night, you wore out after
you're
the
like,
first 2 races.
Should have just stuck to the first
man,
class.
I'm about to bag out on them.
got you because they go, So
Yeah.
I mean, how does
and these little things wear you out, man? We're getting old. We're starting to get there where, man, that groin, that left inside groin, turning left all night, man. So I get tired quick now. I want to run all of them, but
you just get it wears you out.
It wears
you get
out.
wore out, bro.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Even Lil Mac, man, he did the first little race, my son, and his back and his hip was hurt. He's 12 years old, bro. He acting like he's 80 years old. Like, bro, you gotta get on about your business.
You know damn sure how it is once you get close to 35. You're like,
sure, you really feel it.
And I gotta work tomorrow. I can't play hooky and sleep in.
Yeah, right. I can't pretend to throw up my cereal.
Exactly.
So I don't have to go to school. He's tried that a few times.
Did he?
Yeah.
He must not did that homework night before.
That's what it was.
Hey, that's better than an ass whooping for not doing your homework.
Well, that is true, because he's getting that ass whooped. No, I'm just kidding, Peter. Or not Peter.
Whatever the damn
HR block, or whatever they call it.
Sorry, HR block.
Well, whoever it is. Shit, don't come after me, all right? They got a mom, too.
Anyways.
So when you decided, like, you was wanting to get into it, like, what'd you do? Just search on Facebook for the next race or something, and then contact them and figure it out?
Back to my buddy Chew, who was telling me about it. He told me to look up the Gambler 500.
Which
it was nationwide, and from my experience, it seems like each state's their own entity, but they're all tied in together. So he told me to look up Gambler 500. And so being in Florida, we looked up the Gambler 500 Florida, and their first race, their next race was that 24-hour race, which is what got me into. I got the other buddies racing with us, and from Gambler 500 at their 24 hours race, that's where we met Mark. Forgive me, it's either Elble or Elbley, but I'm not sure the correct pronunciation on that. But Mark from Def Duck Racing. We got tied in with them, started following them on Facebook, found a lot of their races. That led us into getting tied in with some of the Georgia Misfits. And then during Def Duck and the Georgia Misfits, they had a race together up at Jacksonville International. That was basically Georgia versus Florida. We showed up to that and got introduced into the Misfits racing. They're growing and progressing pretty fast, it seems. But we've met a lot of other local teams around the area, and just started figuring out who to follow, what local mini bike groups to follow, who's hosting races, and basically it's been Georgia Misfits and Def Duck Racing that's been hosting the races. So once we started following them, we started showing up to all their races. Now we're starting to host our races, and then getting introduced into a lot more of a network to local races, because they're really hard to find, man. It's not like dirt bike races where there's just somewhere that they can go and find all the dirt bike races in the southeast, because it's so small, it's local. It's basically backyard tracks and nobody tracks that are holding this, that are not in a big spotlight. So it's hard to find, and it gets you searching and researching, and then once you develop a network, all you got to do is follow us and like us on Facebook, and everything I know about, I'm going to promote on our page. I want people to be there because it's hard to find races.
Right.
So I mean, there's not a real good answer for it.
Right. So what's your end goal with it? As far as like, what's your end goal? Just keeping the races going and keeping like good races, right? Like, I mean, what's your
I want to build the sport, honestly.
A little bigger.
Yeah, I love the sport, man. It's fun. I wish there was more races. I wish there was races locally that I didn't have to go to I could skip races, I wish there was 3 one Friday night. Maybe one in Jacksonville, one in Tampa, one in Miami.
And you got to pick the one you want to go. But it's not. It's like, man, right.
You have one a month. Maybe.
I see what you're saying.
And now we have Belleville Speedways coming up, and they're going to hold a couple, like, every month. They're going to hold one bi-weekly or whatever. But there's really just not a lot of races. Like this year, all of 2023, Def Duck held one race, to my knowledge.
Right.
So it's just few and far between. They're the biggest team in Florida. They held one this year. We held one this year. Next year we're scheduled for 3, but that's just not a lot. I want to build the sport, get more people into it, where more people can host races, give people more options, more competition, because it's just fun, man. It's an affordable way for people to race motorcycles. Like, I can't afford to race my Harley, man. That's way too much. But this is a realistic way to get people. $600 can get you on the track, and riding good. So it's an affordable way for normal guys just to have fun.
And it's all ages.
It's all ages. Anybody can.
Right, yeah.
You can be 10, you can be 40 and broke. It don't matter.
As long as you can ride that bike.
As long as you can ride the bike, it's fun.
You can be in the race. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so what do you think? So, do you mind if I asked how your experience went with the first race you host? Like, how do you feel about it?
It was everything I dreamt of and more, man. It was great.
Turned out good, right?
I had a blast.
So, did you have, like, when you first put it on and stuff? I know that this might be
I was stressing, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to have to put your personal feelings out there, but I
was worried. Beforehand, I was thinking, we're going to invite all these people, and we're getting follows on Facebook and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, it's going to be my friends and a couple other people to show up. Right. But we had a turnout. I thought it was going to be disappointing. I thought the track was going to be mad at me. You got all these thoughts running through your head. I thought the track was going to be like, why the hell do we invite these guys out? They got 15 people here.
Right.
But we had a turnout, and we had a good race. We had a lot of good racing.
It was good, yeah.
Yep, we had close racing where people were racing with each other, and
shit.
We had a lot of wrecks, which
turned out good.
I don't give a shit. Fuck the riders, man. We had some wrecks out there, which is fun. It's the most exciting part of racing is the wrecks. So
that's what everybody comes to see.
They want to see some wrecks. Yeah.
I'll give two, especially people like me who don't give two shits about motors and all that stuff. Like, hey, I just want to see someone. Exactly. But I didn't want to see Savannah hit the fucking brake.
I don't want to see nobody get hurt.
I want to see nobody get hurt. Right. You're right too, bro. But I didn't want to see. Little sis hit the brick wall, but hey, she had the best wipe out of the night.
That was like my highlight of the night.
Yeah, she had the best wipe out of the night,
my little sister. We're gonna have that video up shortly, but
perfect time to put it in.
Yeah.
Throw the clip up as we talk about. You pause it.
I should be right here.
And then jump back in when you want, bro. For sure, bro.
For sure.
That's 100%.
But yeah, that was a highlight of my night, man. That was great, and especially I ran over there worried about her, but
of course, bro. You was getting it too, bro. I was watching you.
When she hopped back up with a smile on her face, man, I was like, yeah, that's my little sister. That's my dog. That's my dog.
That's good, man. Okay, so that one turned out. Or do you plan on doing a future race local here? Or?
Yeah, we got 3 for next year signed in for Bull Ring, the Marion County Speedway, a.k.a. Bull Ring. The locals call it Bull Ring. But we got 3 scheduled for there next year. And I've been working with Kyle Duran up in Jennings, Florida. He's starting a new track that we just raced at Saturday night. Me and William went up there. We took first and second in the outlaw class, and William also took first in the stock class. So we did real good. But
what did he win?
We got plaques. I got my plaque. It's in my racing trailer. I got it up in my racing trailer in there.
Mm-hmm. So that's all you won was plaques?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was our medals.
Listen,
what cool plaques?
No, that's cool. No, I'm not shitting on the plaques. Cool. That's awesome. Everybody likes a trophy. What did you offer at your show?
Yeah, we had first place had our trophies. That was the full trophy, and then the second and third got the medallions, and we had we gave out all kinds of stickers and stuff. But we also had like the winning. We had money. We had big money.
Cash prizes, bro.
Yes, bro. We had over $700.
That's how you know. That's how you know you care about the sport, bro. Not saying nobody else
make a dime off of it.
Not saying everybody else don't care about the sport. All I'm saying is, bro, the fact that, bro, there's your people come out, they're spending money for the sport, and you're kind of like, hey.
I turned it right back around.
Yeah,
that gave me $100 because
that's fucking awesome, bro.
We had only had $400 lined up for winning money, and we were going to put a good bit towards the outlaw class and break it down, little increments.
Of course, outlaw class spends more money.
The day of the race, Yodi, my cousin Justin, came over to me. I want $100 in on it. He threw $100 in on it. You came over because I set your son's bike up. And you came back and paid me back $100 for working on his bike.
Oh, so you went ahead and threw that in on the cash, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I threw that in on the winning. Yeah. We had a few other people that threw in on the winning. And like Mr. Tim, he went from $100. He's one of our sponsors, Tim Harris Carpentry in Ocala, Florida. Anybody's interested?
Shout out, bro.
Shout out to all the sponsors, but since we're on it. But he gave us, he handed me the $100 bills, and he's like, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, oh, that's going to the outlaw class. He's like, you know what? Make it $200, and he handed me another $100 bill.
Yeah,
so
bro,
I mean, we got a good family, and that all just want to race, man.
Yeah,
it's all about racing.
It's about the
not
sport.
About money.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about money, bro.
No.
Ain't nobody. It's about the sport, because when you love something, you want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just like anything, bro. It's like grown men playing softball, bro. I played softball. I played with a bunch of other grown men.
Oh,
you know that, and you
softball's fun, man.
You don't make no money at it, bro. You're spending money to play, bro.
You're gonna spend more on beer on the way there.
Damn straight, bro. You get drunk on the way, and the tournament costs you a couple $100.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah.
So you know the people putting it on ain't making money either, bro. Because first,
you got to pay the venue. You got to pay electric.
First place wins the profits. That's how it always goes, bro. I know how it works, bro. Yeah. Nobody wants to pay taxes on it. So, hey, whatever the profits is of the cost to just run the place, you got lights, you got... Yeah. It's a venue, basically, bro.
You're just turning around. You're just... So you can hold the event, you break even.
You just want to break even.
But it's cool for the winners to take something.
You don't really break even, though. I mean,
I lost money.
I know you did, bro. You definitely lost money.
I lost a lot of money, but hopefully it's going to be for future purposes where I don't have to spend as much down the road. Like
you didn't really lose money. You just spent the money to do what you wanted. Yeah, right. Because later on, bro. Yes, bro.
You know, the canopies, the flyers, the banners, all that. Which most of those we can use in the future. We're going to keep hosting races. We're going to keep using that stuff.
So your goal? What's your goal? Like every year, how many races a year?
I just want to get bigger every year. That would be my main goal. I want to have more people at our races every time it comes to race. I want more competition. I want more fast guys on the track. I want more kids. I want to be able to hold our own women's division.
Oh, that would be
where we have say 10 women that want to race out there where they have their own good race going on.
Yeah, like a women's only.
And I want more kids out there where we can have their own juniors division where it's little kids out there getting it on mini bikes. I want more following. I want maybe we can run more classes motor wise and break it down to where if we have 60 riders. That's four good classes, 4 classes that are 15 riders per class. That's a good race. So the more people, the better the racing will be, and the more we can honestly do with it. The bigger tracks that we can go to, I can contact bigger tracks and hold shit because they don't want to deal with a mini bike crew right now. That's you're getting 30 riders in, but hell, like Volusia Speedways, they're bringing in 30,000. Right. So a lot of those dirt tracks, like I want to get big enough that we can put on shows. You know what I mean?
Right.
And make a hell of an event out of things.
Yeah. Okay. So does the track matter? Is there? So here's my
absolutely.
Thing. What's the
for the racing? Yes. For the show, for spectators and stuff, I wouldn't say as much. But on the track, the racing being tight with somebody.
What I'm saying it. No. I'm sorry. I miss. Is there many bike tracks like that local, like not just locally but across the whatever? Like how many mini bike tracks are like really?
There's really not a whole lot. There's a handful of groups around the nation that are growing the sport. You got a solid group in Iowa. I forget their name. That seems to be getting bigger. You got the Georgia Misfits. You got Deaf Duck down in South Florida.
So they're not even local.
They're Tampa.
Oh yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, and, how many tracks are there like that around? Like what is?
There's really not a lot, man.
That
we're welcome to. There's not a lot that we're welcome to. There's a lot of dirt tracks out there. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands. But when it really comes down to how many that mini bikes are invited to, not many at all.
So you basically got to put on your own event.
But I think a good companionship to be built would be like with go-kart guys. Most of their tracks are the right size for mini cars. They're smaller tracks, like your big car tracks like Bubba Speedway here in Ocala, Volusia Speedway on the way to Daytona out there on 40 on the left-hand side. Wow. They're so big that we would never have to let off the gas or tap the brake or anything. We'd just be running 70 mile an hour wide-ass open the whole time. Yeah, those cars are hitting 140 mile an hour, some of them around the back straightaway, where we're just not doing 140. We're not V8s in race cars, $100,000 race cars. So that's just too big of a track to make a race out of. But a lot of ours, like I want to build, I haven't reached out yet, but Tim Zachary here in town, the Zacharys, that family who I don't know their affiliation 100% with the Bull Ring. They own TZ Racing off of 40, selling go-kart parts, but they have the track out in Burbank. It's always raced karts. I want to contact them. I'm planning on contacting them and trying to get a mini bike race out there. Trying to build a partnership with that track. Trying to just get us into more places. It's been a few years since even Bull Ring allowed the mini bikes out there, and when I reached out to them, we were able to hold a race. But it's been years since there's been a race out there at Bull Ring. So I'm going to keep reaching out to these tracks and trying to get mini bikes welcome. So we're building a network.
Yeah, right. So more of them would be more accepting to it. Like, oh, okay, there's a crowd. It's worth their while.
Yeah. Plus, I think we're partiers, man. I don't think we're welcome to these tracks as much because
you're like a softball team.
We're gonna drink beer. We're probably gonna smoke some weed.
So when's the next mini Mullisha hosted?
April 6th. I believe. It's definitely in April. I want to say it's the 6th, April 6th. That'll be our next oval event with a GP on the infield, just like we did with the Southern Shootout in October. We've got that one coming up. And then May. Shoot, y'all can't quote me on these dates. I know it's April, May, and October. In May, we're going to do our endurance race. It's going to be 2-man team, 6 hours. All on one bike. You have to run one bike the entire time. I don't care if you motor swap it, but it has to be that same frame that you swapped or started with. I don't care what you do to it, but you're going to run the same bike.
And we're back. So, after we got these nice beers, we can't, until they pay us, we can't say the labels. He just looks at both of them. And we're back.
I got one for next.
Oh shit. So what okay, so we got 3 races next year that you're doing. We don't know the dates of all of them, blah blah blah. Okay.
Well, it's April, May, October.
Is each race going to be the same?
Facebook. It's all on there.
Is each race going to be the same, or are you going to change it up? Like, is each race going to have different?
The 2 of them will be the same. The April, which is our spring shootout, and the October, which is the southern, or the one in the spring is Spring Nationals, and then it's the Southern Shootout in October that we're going to do. Both of those will have mainly oval focus, that we're going to do the full out, just like a late model dirt track or USAC race or whatever, rolling starts, heat racing, the whole full dirt format. And it will also do just a GP, little like 20 minutes GP race with the infield. It'll go through a little Grand Prix through the infield and back to the outside oval. And that's just a one and done. Whoever's out front after 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, it wins. So, yeah, so we'll switch them up a little bit. But the two main races that I think are more of our focus will be the dirt oval. We want to bring a little bit more dirt oval format into the mini bikes. Run them a lot like a late model or something like that. Just because the rest of the races that we've done that are oval dirt track races haven't really been more of the dirt track format, but more of the flat track motorcycle format, which is cool, but it's a dead stop, and you start all lined up wide, and then everybody gets it. Where we kind of wanted to bring in the rolling start format, where 2 wide, and first and second front row, third and fourth in the second row. It's all the way down, and then come through rolling and watching the flagger. And when you come out of the last turn and you see that green flag, everybody's getting it, but you're rolling together.
So, okay, this might be an ignorant question, bro, because I just don't know. What is a pavement track plausible for the mini bike? Is that even a thing, or is it just dirt?
No, we could run pavement, and I would actually like to try a couple pavement tracks and courses. Would be fun. It would be different. It would be a tire change. It would be a gearing change to define your power or what you can pull, how much you could lean out. It's a whole different riding style, but that's why I want to get into the go-karts, get friends with some of the go-kart guys, so we're invited to their tracks and we can run a lot of their circuit style.
Go-karts go back and forth?
They don't really go back and forth.
As far as dirt and...
We can make a tire change. The frames that are built for kart racing, the shifter carts for asphalt and circuit racing, are different than the dirt track oval frames. Okay. So for us, we can just swap tires. So we could go from a dirt oval race one weekend into a circuit asphalt race the next weekend with a gearing and a tire change. And run the same
What's
bike.
the gearing? What do you mean by
that's
gearing?
Like I was talking about with the clutch and the torque.
Oh, got you. Oh, okay.
So
you can change that out.
Yes.
Quicker,
You can change that out. Yeah, within a week I can change all that out. I can change the tires and the gearing and everything to make it run.
Get prepared for that certain race.
Right. So with dirt, I would want that like low end pull to spin the tire and get that pull through dirt. With asphalt, there's less friction, so I would want a higher gear.
Got you, right.
So you can run more top speed on asphalt, but you need less acceleration. So it would bring in a whole new element to these guys, but it would be fun.
Have you ever raced a pavement race?
On the go-karts I have, not on the mini bikes.
Not on the mini bike, but you have the
other than drag racing for fun. That's it. But
you have driven a mini bike on pavement.
Yeah,
as far as
all of us
racing.
come out here. Yeah, we're racing.
I got you.
Down
that's what I'm saying. But hey, that makes
and everything.
Oh yeah, right. But that does make a difference, though, bro. That the fact that you know the feel of that mini bike on the.
And they handle different.
Oh, they're definitely
handle way different, man.
Just like a car.
Yep.
Just like a car.
Dirt versus asphalt changes the aspect of everything. So it would be fun. It would be a lot of fun to swap that out.
Well, man, that's freaking dope, dude. So the next race is April
6th. Yeah, I know that one for sure. I want to say it's May 10th, but I don't quote me on that one. And then it'll be the second Saturday of October is our Southern Shootout again, because we're gonna do that annually every year. It'll be the second weekend of October.
Well, man, that's fucking dope, and I can't wait for the next fucking event, dude.
When are we gonna get you on a bike, man? We gotta get you in a race.
When I'm allowed to hold the camera and go through the crowd.
I'll hold the camera during a stock class race. We'll just get you out there so you and little Mac can ride around.
I'll make me a Superman bike, man. Be on my way.
I'll paint one red and blue for you.
Man, I don't want a red and blue. I need it red and blue. All right, man. Well, now to our next sponsor. No.
Yeah, well.
You close it out how you want, bro. Crap my stuff.
But we welcome you guys out. We're going to keep trying to do a little podcast, and next time we'll get more into parts and more into the details, but we wanted to do an introductory just basically a test run, introduction into what we do here at Mini Mullisha, and it's basically a shade tree mechanic. We sit out here and drink, and we have a good time. Nothing is taken too serious. Nothing is taken to heart with any of the other teams, and we just have a good damn time out here, man, and ride mini bikes, and hopefully we get faster and bigger and bring out more people, and that's just more people to party and race with us, man.
And get you more media in time. My bad. Give me a break.
But We'll see you guys next time. Cyrious Film Productions.
Mini Mullisha Racing Team. Check us out.
Out.